Hey everyone, welcome to another journaling session. It's Lit Perspectives, Tyler Renee, and I am going to light my candle. I'm actually doing the same candle as last week. It's the lemongrass citronella Sand+Fog. Actually, it's called Blessed. Got these like little mini candles for Christmas in a whole set, so I've been really enjoying them. So let me just light that up. Recently I had a little date day with my husband. We went down to Ocean Beach, and in this little shop there was a few little Oracle cards in the back of the shop. We also got a little onesie for our daughter that was like Metallica, I think. So this one is called A Mystical Wisdom. I was drawn to it because the art is by this woman named Josephine Wall, and I just love her art. I have another deck called Nature's Whispers, and the art again is just super beautiful, whimsical, has a lot of like nature scenes, but like has an abundance of color, and it's not just like one image, it's like images within images within images, and I feel like there's a lot of hidden meanings and little messages that I feel like are fun to just pick out from the colors. And I can tell this one is it's a thicker or thinner guidebook. So when you open up to a certain card, there's usually like a little description. So it's a little bit like less wordy, has a very like to the point message. So what I'll probably end up doing is just instead of doing it ahead of time, I'm just going to shuffle it here in person this time and go from there. See what cards pop out. And Oracle cards are really fun. I mean, they're not like traditional tarot cards. For me, I like to pick them every once in a while. Like, I'm gonna start my day. Like, what do I need to hear today? And usually a card, I'll pick it, or it'll just fall out as I'm shuffling. Oh, just like that. Interesting. Okay, Battle of the Blues. Take steps towards positive change. Fun. Okay, and so yeah, I'll just like pick cards to start my day in a positive way, or make me look at things a little differently. And I think that's really the point of this whole channel that I've started. I really wanted to think about like what gifts can I provide other people. One, I got into candle making a while back. I haven't done it in a while since I had a baby, but eventually I'd like to get back into that. And then I also love providing people with differing perspectives. Maybe they're stuck in a situation or going through something. People would tend to turn to me for advice or just an overall shift in looking at things differently. So I love being that source for other people. Yeah, that's just something that I really enjoyed doing. So Lit Perspectives was born. And I figured, oh, okay. I just threw another card. I guess it's meant to be. Oh, interesting. Oh, I feel like this card is very much for me, but you know what? If you're drawn to this message today, it's probably for you too. Children. Been talking about beta already in this. Children, know that your children are protected. And you know, it could be more than just like your child. It could be your childlike spirit. So that's what I like to get creative with these cards. And then creating a journal prompt from there. If you follow me on Instagram, I like to also provide a little bit of more information about journaling. So the benefits of journaling, the benefits of handwriting versus typing, little things like that that really get your mind thinking about why is it important to start a journaling practice. And while I'm getting over the cold that I've had like for over a week now, I've been meaning to also start creating the videos for journaling for beginners, and also the different types of journaling that there are out there, because you can honestly start a gratitude practice. You could do some shadow work, which ultimately helps you heal from traumas or past hurts. That's what shadow work is, because a lot of times we have that sitting subconsciously within our souls, and for us to get past it and move forward, I mean, obviously therapy is a great option, but when you have time to yourself and you can reflect on what's not working in your life, shadow work is something that is brought up by a lot of people in that self-development realm. So if you ever hear about shadow work, I would love to touch on that at some point. There's a lot of questions you can ask yourself and really delve into writing out like your perspective on that, and maybe you can see where the hurt lies, and to help you overcome it. And I'm sure that comes with like cognitive behavioral therapy, like all of that. So I think I'm just gonna like see what other card comes out, because I felt like that card was very much for me. As a new mom, I feel like my anxiety has like tremendously increased since becoming a mom. My daughter's 1 year old now, but this past year I've noticed like my thoughts have been overwhelmingly like not negative, but like the fears of all the things that could possibly happen to a person or a family, or you know, all of those things. I think, and maybe other moms can relate, but it's like when you have a child in this world, you want to protect them from all the atrocities and the horrible things that could happen. So I think it's just like women's, or maybe just parents' protective nature to like think of all these things so they are well prepared for those things not to happen. But it's overwhelmingly like anxiety ridden. So for me, having that card show up for me was like, it's just a great reminder that my daughter's protected. I'm protecting her, but she's also protected by God, the universe, by the people in my life, and just overall, like, you know, we can only control so much in this life, and just knowing that I can do my best, and that's all I can focus on. Otherwise, I mean, sitting in fear is never, it's just too much sometimes. Okay. So, enough of me talking. Let's just allow one more card. Maybe one just doesn't want to come out. Do it a little bit longer. Oop. Maybe it's this one. Vacation. Time for relaxation and adventure. I actually got this card the other day when I first was playing with this deck. So maybe it's trying to tell me something to relax. I get very like excited about things, and I don't know if you're like me, but overthinking it's just too much sometimes. So to be able to relax, and sometimes I didn't even really know what relaxing looked like. I had to go on vacation and sit in a hammock chair in an Airbnb in the mountains of Colorado, and like not have to be anywhere, and realize, oh, this is what it means to relax. Like this feeling of like, I'm not rushing to be somewhere. I don't have to do something or create something, or this pressure. Maybe that's what it was. I like released this pressure I put on myself, and just allowed myself to just enjoy the moment, breathing in that mountain air. Ever since then, I was like, man, like I went on so many trips that year, and for some reason, sitting in that hammock chair in Colorado was one of the best experiences of that entire year. And I went to Costa Rica, Hawaii, Australia. So there's a perspective for you. Okay, so let's start with the first card, Battle of the Blues. This one's interesting. It's like this woman, she's laying in this body of water, and she's like almost floating and like reflecting and like looking up into the sky. I don't know if you've ever like just floated in a pool or just in a body of water in general, but it's like very peaceful. But sometimes it like allows you to just like, it's so peaceful because your ears are like underneath the water, and so it's just so quiet. So all you have is just you, yourself, and your thoughts. And sometimes, like I said, overthinking can get the best of you. So battle of the blues, take steps towards positive change. So if you're sitting in a funk, or in maybe there's something going on in your life that where you just feel like you can't get out of this body of water. Maybe that's what she needs. Maybe she has this sword with her too. Pretty prominent too, and very large. And maybe she just gone through a huge battle. Maybe you're going through a huge battle right now. It could be internally, it could be with someone else. It could be just something you're overcoming right now. And so really letting go of what just happened, focus on what you can control, and take steps towards positive change. So let's do a journal prompt for that. Number 1, I'm just going to write this down as well. So we've all had battles and challenges in our lives. What are some steps you can take towards positive change in your life? What are some steps I can take toward positive change? Okay. So just make sure you have your journals out, your pens ready, and set your timer for 5 minutes and pause the video and just have at it. All right, welcome back. So I hope that allowed you to like think about what's going on in your life, the battles that you've engaged in, and what steps you want to take. Maybe it's a change in your routine. Maybe just looking at something differently. Like, I don't know. Maybe there's someone in your life that like you're just frustrated with, but then maybe you start looking at them for the reasons why you love them. Maybe write down a list of the reasons why you love them. Another great journal prompt. Sometimes we get stuck in our head and like hating something a certain way, and then we forget to be grateful for having that thing to begin with, or having that person to begin with. Okay, next one, children. Know that your children are protected. I'm just gonna see what it says on here too. All parents, first and foremost, responsibility is to keep their child safe from harm. The angels want to reassure you that all is well. Your children in heaven and on earth are loved and protected by God and the angels. Your children function at their best when they are loved, cherished, and feel secure within their home and family environment. So how can you create a happy, loving environment? And if you don't have kids, maybe it is your childlike spirit, because sometimes we take life way too seriously. So here's an option or opportunity to not just focus on your children, if you do have them, if you don't, but also your child within. Because we need to unleash that person. Who were you when you were 5 years old? Were you unapologetically yourself? Did you approach people? Did you dance whenever a song came on and just not care what other people think? So, so for this journal prompt, I'm just going to dive right back in. So your children function at their best when they are loved, cherished, and feel secure within their home and their family environment. How can I create a cherished, loved, and secure environment So I feel, how can I create a cherished, loved, and secure environment? For myself and my children or loved ones. And how can I be playful? How can I be loving and encouraging? And because obviously if I'm in a state of fear because I want to protect my children, that energy is so like consuming and not fun to be around. And your children are just, or children in general, have a zest for life and a curiosity, and and you want them to be able to be playful within that. And if you have all this fear and you stop them and you're just holding them back, then it just restricts life. So how can you create an environment for that abundant play to either come out within you or your children, your family, your loved ones in general? So it's all about your environment. Creating a safe environment for that child to come out and be released. And I feel like I'm more so challenging your inner child. Maybe this card showed up for me because I'm a mom. And I just love being able to play with my daughter and like get on her level and allow my childlike spirit to come out. I mean, it is just as simple as just, I don't know, like doing peekaboo. Like, and now that game is just so fun for me. And I'm 36. All right, so next card, vacation. So this girl is like floating on a magic carpet. You see all these birds and butterflies, and she's like floating above the land and has like flowers in her hair. So it's like she's just going with the flow and letting go and like seeing where things take her. Whenever people ask me like what superpower like you would ever want, and for me it's like I always wanted to fly. Like, and so it's like she's able to fly but like sit and relax and enjoy the view as she's going. So it says take time for relaxation and adventure. So there is adventure within the relaxation, and that's not supposed to be a stressful thing. So if you're someone who goes on vacation and gets stressed out by the plans, know that there's ways that you can just create the framework, which I like to say is like find the place you're staying, have an idea of like the general vicinity, and then once you get there, be able to just like explore and have an adventure with spontaneity within that framework. So you're not like planning every single thing and it's like stressful. So I'm just gonna like look it up. I know this video is a little bit longer than my usual videos, but I just felt the need to be a little bit more open about who I am and like why I decided to create this channel and speak freely. I think the more that I like share who I am and why I'm doing things the way I am. I mean, I'm sure not everyone's like into oracle cards, but I think for me, I think it's just a fun way to create a journal prompt that feels like it's on the whim and like a message that's just meant to happen. So anyways, vacation. All right, you deserve a rest. Time for long sleeps, massages, sunbathing, or playing in the snow. Rejuvenate and nurture your mind, body, and spirit with plenty of rest and simple pleasures. Explore the universe as it is filled with wonder, joy, and magical things. You may be going away on a family vacation or a short getaway or a romantic trip. It's important to remember the everlasting memories and bond you are creating. Okay. So maybe for this journal prompt, we can create it in like a list way. So instead of just like writing nonstop, maybe just do some bullets. So for this journal prompt, let's just write out what ways can I create more relaxation, self-care, and vacations or adventures in my life? And just start bulleting like different things. And if you feel like just journaling nonstop, you can do it that way too. But all right, let's, you can set the timer for 3 to 5 minutes. I know the bulleting, it's a shorter, it takes less time. So you could just do 3 minutes if you'd like. So what ways can I create more relaxation, self-care, adventure, and vacation in my life? Please pause the video and we'll be right back. Okay. Welcome back. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of sporadic, long-winded journal prompt session, and that I'm just kind of doing it on a whim. Sometimes I like to pull the cards ahead of time, read a little bit into the cards, and then create the journal prompts. But sometimes on a whim like this, it just feels more authentic, and I'm just in it with you for the ride. So once I'm done filming, I'm just gonna go ahead and journal these 3 prompts because I really think they're fun, and it really made me think too about, you know, how I can take some more positive steps for some change, create a happy environment for my daughter and my childlike spirit, and then also find ways to relax and take care of myself. So that's the overall message for today. I hope you enjoyed journaling for today's prompt, and keep an eye out for any other future videos about just journaling in general. And please hit subscribe if you enjoyed this, and also follow me on Instagram. Lit Perspectives is my my page. So yeah, I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next week. All right, thank you. Mwah!